A while back, we had a chance to talk with Rush, a Counter-Strike player for North America, a guy with a decade of experience in CS, and it was a great segment to talk about OpTic Gaming, his time with one of the better, I would say, eras of NACS, in a time that I first got into watching Counter-Strike. He talks about OpTic HecZ being one of the best owners that he's ever played for. He talks about his infamous fight with NAF and the toxic comms over on Nuke, a notorious clip in Counter-Strike history. And he also talks about being in $1 million mansion and many other things that I thought was some really cool insight back to his time playing with OpTic. Hope you guys enjoy. Did that make for a lot more pressure? Was it freaking fun? Like, what was that like joining a team like OpTic and realizing a fan base that strong?
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like there wasn't much pressure, at least from me. Maybe the other guys can speak differently, but we honestly didn't play that well at the start. Like, we didn't do much. Like, we had a few upsets here and there when we had like daps and stuff, but like before we got Mixwell and Tarek. We actually didn't do that well. And I think HecZ was always like, HecZ wasn't beating that on our neck. It wasn't like, you guys gotta get the results. Never. Like, there was a certain point where he says like, you guys got to be doing content or you got to be winning. You can't be doing neither, you know? So that's fair, to be honest with me, because the way the OpTic, functions the content. But obviously we started winning, and then he was super stoked, and like, he's like, do whatever the fuck you want, just keep doing what you're doing, you know? But yeah, I don't know. And even in our worst moments though, like, we had a large phase of like, we were really bad after Stan as well left after the E-League Atlanta major, where we like had all these stand-ins and people playing for us, and it was like, we played so bad, but he never really said anything bad. Like, HecZ is, I don't want to speak like down about my past owners or anything like that, but HecZ, I'm sorry, but he's like the best I've had. Just like, I've said this before in other interviews, but he came to the house, like the CSGO house, like every day, whether it be for like groceries, just to see us, because I was living with just me and Mixwell at the time. It was a little, depressing because no one else came, but whatever. Like, it was just us two just hanging out in a $1 million+ mansion, whatever. I know it sounds like, wow, what a life. He's complaining about living in a mansion, but when you're like isolated from society, it is kind of sad. But he came and would bring us out to dinners, to like breakfast, to just hang out, literally just to see us. And I have like flashbacks of being like playing FP all night and just being like sleeping till 1 p.m. and hearing a yo yo from HecZ, like with his vlog camera. I'm just like, please don't film me. Like, but now it's like, I think back, I'm like, fuck, we would have, good guy, like, honestly, like a great owner, great human. So
I love so much about what you said. Like, you got to either be winning or making content. I feel like that's such a HecZ/OpTic thing, but it also like, it makes perfect like logistical sense of what esports players need to be doing, right? Winning or making their work somehow. Yeah. I also I just remember, Hunter, sorry, I was a huge, like, that was for me, that was like peak CS, and I remember watching all those freaking vlogs of the $1 million mansion. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the pool indoors.
Mm-hmm. Hot tub as well.
Did that eventually like go? It like turned gangrene or something. It got.
Yeah, we were like boot camping or something, and it broke while we were gone, and then we came back. It was just like yellow, greenish. I'm like, we're not swimming. I mean, honestly, we swam in it very few times. The hot tub, however, got a lot of use because that was nice. In the winter, just an indoor hot tub, like, come on.
Yeah, I just remember all those days because for me that was great content. And then eventually you guys started freaking winning too. It's like the best of both worlds. But I remember those vlogs like it was yesterday, dude.
Yeah, I used to not. I'm gonna say I didn't like the vlogs. I was more camera shy, I guess you could say. I was kind of like, oh god, here we go, gotta do vision or guys interviews. But the more I did it, the more I got used to it. I was like, this is actually good. And then now, like, not necessarily recently, but in the past, I rewatched like the old visions.
Yeah,
and, like
looking back on them.
Thank fuck they recorded this. Like, it's actually so good. Like, thank God Hitch was there. Thank God they wanted to keep recording us. Like, at every event. Like, ESL, one of my favorite visions for Counter-Strike is the ESL New York one. Like, when we like we had a deep run in ESL New York, and that's just like, it really hit me like how like we were huge underdogs, and that crowd was packed like in the Barclays Center. That was really like, and Hitch did a really good job with that video. So.
Oh, and if you guys like these interviews, make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe. And if there's any other players out there that want to do interviews, I love doing them. I love sitting down and talking with people. I love talking to cameras and just to myself sometimes. So if you guys have them, make sure to leave a comment down below. Thank you all for watching. As always, we'll see you here next time.